The Conversation Motivational Hour with your host, Minister Seon Rodney. The Conversation. Thank you for watching The Conversation Motivational Hour. We love you and cannot wait to see you in person.
This program is being sponsored by Conversational Merchandise Cravings. Visit us at conversationalmerchandisecravings.com. Purchase your cups, mugs, hats, hoodies, and much more. Conversationalmerchandisecravings.com.
Yeah, the nublets on the microphone's turn. Check the trend. Yo! I know it's a fight that we're in every day. No good thing in life will ever come easy. There's one thing I know for sure, that the place for me is not laying on the floor. I am a winner, winners never quit, yeah. I am a winner because I know if you're in my corner, I know I'm okay, and I'm willing to follow whatever you say, yeah. God is in my corner, watching over me. I know that He will answer. Trials that we face only come to pass. Just here for a time, they don't come to last. So purpose in your heart and know in your mind, after all the rain, soon the sun will shine.
Yes, good night. As a kid with them, Mawara, Amber, Beast, Caribbean country, Caribbean islands, South America, North America.
I am a winner.
Latin America.
No winners never
Content of Asia and Africa.
quit, yeah. I am a winner. You got to know if He's in my corner. I know I'm okay.
Hit the share button.
I'm willing to follow whatever you say. If God is in my corner,
Yes, it's your boy, yes, GGR.
watching over me, I know that He will answer whenever I pray. Yeah.
Yes, young Gregory Gomes Rodney.
Yeah. This is your time to get on the grind. So free up
Welcome, Tribe Community and Village of the God's Body, the Conversation platform.
your mind. No more marking time. Even when you fall, you don't have
Where the bros at?
to crawl. He is standing tall. Give Him a call if He's in my corner. I know I'm okay, and I'm willing to follow whatever you
Where the Gen Zs?
say. God is in my
Where the grown and sexy?
corner, watching over me.
Where the baby boomers
I
at?
know that He will answer. Yeah.
So to those in the metropolitan area,
Just ignore the lies.
in the tri-state,
Open up your
in the inner city,
eyes. Strengthen
in the suburbs,
up your thighs.
in the ghetto.
Go claim your pride.
Shout out to all and sundry,
It's not where you're coming
the private sector,
from, but your destination.
the public sector.
I want you to stand
Shout out to all the entrepreneurs.
your ground. Let this be a confession. Corner. I know I'm okay, and I'm willing to follow.
Yes, you onto the trusted platform with a trusted space. Yes, you onto the Value Podcast. You onto the Value Podcast. You see, Yes, you onto the Value Podcast. You onto the trusted place. Yes, you're rocking with SGGR, Seon Gregory Gomes Rodney.
This is your time to get on the grind. So free up your mind.
Shout out to the inner city.
No more
Shout out to the suburbs.
marking time. Even when
Tri-state area.
you fall, you don't have to crawl.
In the metropolitan.
He is standing tall. Give Him a call.
house. Private sector, public sector. Shout out to all the entrepreneurs. All the baby boomers, all the baby boomers. Yes, you on to the bro crew, man. You on to the bro crew. You're forming synergy tonight and energy with your boy, SGGR, the tribe, the community, and the village of this August body, the Conversation platform. I want to tell you, man, shout out to all the affiliate of the Conversation, a one-stop place to be. The Conversation Motivational Hour, the Conversation Motivational Date Night, the Conversation Motivational Sip and Chat. The Conversation, yes, you're hearing correctly, Zero to Hero TV. Oh, yes, the Conversation. I want to tell you, small merchandise. Oh, yes, Craven, you get all your Palmer familiars. I want to tell you, it's lit, it's dope. I want to tell you, man, go and purchase your merch. And I tell you, the Conversation small business community where you can go and advertise all of your business. I want to tell you, we're just getting better. We're just getting greater. We are evolving. We are matriculating. Come on board. Join the Conversation family, man. I am telling you, 2024, our team is taking action. Our mantra is simply value.
Yeah, well, it's me again.
Yeah, let you hear that.
Never let the microphone turn. Check the trend. Yo. Yo. Not a day.
You may have to take off your stilettos. A place that is catered for the marginalized and the undervalued.
I know it's a fight.
A place that's catered for the misfits.
That we're in every day. No good thing in
A
life
place that we value whether you're in the gutters. Oh, yes, you're in the trenches under the bridge.
will ever come easy.
A place for the broken and the rejected.
There's one thing I
Underachiever, the worthless.
know for sure. That the place for me is not laying on the floor. I am a winner.
That being said, happy birthday to all those who celebrate a birthday. Let this man be lit.
Winners never quit.
Happy anniversary, all celebrate the anniversary. Let this man be dope.
Yeah, I am a winner.
Congratulations to those who purchase a new home, you purchase a new car, increase in salary.
Because I know if you're in my corner, I know
Promotion on your job, bring a bundle of joy into this world.
I'm okay, and I'm willing to follow.
Not forgetting to sympathize and empathize with those in this time of bereavement who have lost a loved one. Oh, yes, we are part of your mourners' bed.
Whatever you say, yeah, God is in my corner, watching over me.
Praying for those who are going through disease and discomfort in their body at this time.
I know that He will answer. Yeah. Trials that we face only come to pass.
Share and invite, share and invite, share and invite, share and invite.
Here for a time.
As we with them around Barbados, Caribbean country, Caribbean islands, South America, North America, Latin America, Central America, the continent of Asia and Africa.
Don't come to last. So purpose in your heart and know in your mind.
Our sermon tonight is no other than Andy Nablet.
After all the rain, soon the sun will shine. I am a winner. Winners never quit. Yeah, I am a winner. You got to know if He's in my corner. I know I'm okay, and I'm willing to follow whatever you say. If God is in my corner, watching over me.
Yeah, let me see you do your thing. Let me see you do your thing.
I know that He will answer. Yeah. This is your time to get on the grind. So free up your mind.
Turn up a notch in your praise and your worship. The joy of the Lord is your strength.
No more marking time. Even when you fall, you don't have to cry.
Let your joy be full.
He is standing tall. Give Him a call if He's in my corner. I know I'm okay, and I'm willing to follow whatever you say. God is in my corner, watching over me. I know that He will answer. Just ignore the lies. Open up your eyes. Strengthen
Yeah, let me see you dropping it like it's hot.
up your thighs and go claim your prize. It's not where you're coming from, but your destination.
I don't know where day have been like. Probably day have been moments of sadness. Maybe a moment, man. I don't know what your day may have been like, but this is the time, man. I want you to change the mood. As we change the temperature.
Let this be a confession corner. I know I'm okay, but I'm willing to follow. Yeah.
Let's get a smile. Let's get a smile. Let's get those laughter. Happy tone, happy temperature. Happy mood. Yes, despite what you're going through, I don't know what you went through for the day. I don't know what's so far in the year. It is the 27th day of the first month of 2024. I don't know what you're enamored by, man. But I want us to switch gear this moment, take a time off, and I want you to just really let yourself down, let your hair down, tip the stiletto aside. I want you to just rejoice in a few seconds before we get into our topic tonight, where we're going to be chopping it up. We're going to be talking about life. Oh, yes, we're going to be we're going to have that dialogue. I'm telling you, we're going to talk tonight. We're going to gel tonight. We're going to work in tandem tonight, hands in glove. We're going to be in sync tonight. But before, I want you to just prepare your cognitive so you can receive the word of God. You can receive our message tonight. And I want us to really have where we can have nuggets to the time of challenges come. There is something in our arsenals that we are equipped with. But for that, prepare your mind. And host, by so doing, I want you to just really let it live, let it do. Get your move on your groove. There we go.
I know he will answer whenever I answer when I'm praying. This is your time to get on the grind. So free up your mind. No more my.
Yes, I see Simonet Seely Rodney. I see Jacqueline, Jackie. I see Sabrina Johnson, Abiola Cummins, Jennifer Campbell, Peter Sugdio. Let's go.
In time, even when you fall, you don't have to crawl.
Let's go, let's go. No weapon formed against you shall prosper.
Standing tall, give him a call. He's in your corner.
Your problem shall not win. Your circumstance not win. You are the winner.
I know I'm on your time. I'm willing to follow.
We're going to put some attitude. We're going to put some attitude in this thing. We're going to put some attitude in this thing. We're going to put some attitude in this thing.
Yeah, well, it's me again. Eddie Neblitz on the microphone's turn. Check the trend. Yo. Not a day.
Yeah, Peter, do your thing, Peter. Peter, you need to come to Georgia, though. You need to hit me up. You need to come to Georgia. We got to spend an hour talking and hanging out, Peter. You hold me that, Peter Sugio. Come to Georgia, brother. We got to put the family in the SUV and drive down to Georgia. We need to hang for 1 hour, my brother.
I know it's a fight that we're in every day. No good thing in life will ever come easy.
The joy of the Lord is your strength.
There's one thing I know for sure, that the place for me is not laying on the floor. I am a winner, winners never quit, yeah. I am a winner because I know if you're in my corner, I know I'm okay, and I'm willing to follow.
Don't forget it tomorrow night in our date night, our topic tomorrow night. How did you miss the signs I have? Oh, yeah, Deaconess Christiani and Pastor Carl Roberts tomorrow night is our guest. How did you miss the signs? So share the word, share the word. It's going down tomorrow night on the Conversation Motivational Date Night.
Whatever you say, yeah, God is in my corner, watching over me. I know that He will answer. Trials that we face only come to pass.
Our topic in not too long distant future from now tonight is expectation while taking action.
Just here for a time, they don't come to last. So purpose in your heart.
Welcome, Christina Jackson. Yes, one of my guests tomorrow night.
And knowing your
Share the word, share the word. It's going to be lit, it's going to be dope, it's going to be epic. We're talking about how did you miss the signs?
mind. After all
Along with Pastor Carl Roberts, it's going to be lit tomorrow night. It's going down.
the rain,
It's going to be the date night. Hope you do not stood me up tomorrow night, but we're going to have a great time.
the sun will shine.
Around the fireplace, around the pool,
I am
around your jacuzzi. Tomorrow night is the date night.
a winner, winners never quit, yeah. I am a winner.
While you're thinking and having a moment of laughter, yes, we're going to be gelling tomorrow night also.
You got to know if he's in my corner. I know I'm okay.
Speaking as Christiane Jackson have our own show, and it's aired every Monday. It's called Speaking Out, Breaking the Silence. And if you have your story and you want your story to be heard, your story to be told, you want to come out from that concealed place, you want to come out from behind the door, you want to come out from under the blanket where you conceal your problems and your situation, and you really want to lend your voice, you can reach out to her, reach out to me. I can make that recommendation, and you will be spotlighted. If you want to come like physically and to face the camera, to face the world, to let your story to be heard, your story to be told. There's a platform. Speaking Out, Breaking the Silence is affordable for you. So you can come and you can speak and you can able to start your healing process. Because one of the process towards your healing is speaking out. And that also is to break the silence that the trend will not continue.
And I'm willing to follow whatever you say. God is in my corner, watching over me.
So Speaking Of Breaking the Silence is on YouTube. It's also on Facebook.
I know that He will answer whenever I pray. Yeah. This is your time to get.
If you're looking for a book to read, I just went to the book signing last week, Saturday, matter of fact, and I endorsed Fleur Francis. She's an author. She is a worship leader. She's an entrepreneur. She is a mother. And I want to tell you, so far, I'm reading this book, and this book is straight into my lexicon. Oh, yes, it's a very good read. And I want to tell you, I have a relationship with Fleur Francis. She's very authentic. So I can tell you it's coming from a great place. It's come from a broken vessel. It comes from a vessel went through challenges, who was enamored by so many discomfort. And I want to tell you, life wasn't always favorable towards her. And I want to tell you, it's a great read. Also, I have here the stress book. 40 plus ways to manage stress and enjoy your life. I haven't get to the third chapter of this book yet. It's written by Dr. Nelson, but I want to tell you the few chapter, it's a great read. So you can go on Amazon, you can go on all the platform, and you can have Fleur Francis, Believing Bigger. The name of Fleur book is Believing Bigger. I'm telling you, it's challenging, it's teasing your brain, and you see the need to think bigger, to go after bigger and greater things. And then 40 ways to manage your stress and enjoy your life. I said, I haven't get to the third chapter with this by Dr. Nelson, but the second chapter, it's very intriguing. And I want to tell you, man, just go and have some good read. Because if you want to improve your lexicon, improve your understanding, you want to make sure you prepare for the seat at the table, you have to be a good reader.
On the grind, so free up your mind. No more marking time. Even when you fall, you don't have to crawl. He is standing tall. Give him a call if he's in my corner. I know I'm okay, and I'm willing to follow whatever you say. God is in my corner, watching over me. I know that He will answer. Just ignore the lies. Open up your eyes. Strengthen up your thighs. And go claim your prize. It's not where you're coming from, but your destination. I want you to stand your ground. Let this be a confession. Corner. I know I'm okay, and I'm willing.
So once again, good night, each and every one of you. You're gelling, you're vibing, you're going to have that dialogue, you're going to be talking, kicking it with your boy, SGGR, Seon Gregory Gomes Rodney. Welcome to the August platform, the conversation platform of all the affiliates, a one-stop place to be. I want to shout out to all those who have invested their time and invested their resources over the number of years to make the conversation platform to evolve. A few months from now, we're going to be celebrating 9 years in existence. 9 years we're matriculating. 9 years we're evolving. I want to thank each and every one of you who are our audience supporter. And from day one, you throw your resources, you throw your time, you throw everything behind this platform. I want to thank you. And those who came along as we continue to journey, I want to thank you. And those who will continue as we continue this journey of this podcast, which is getting greater. I want to tell you tonight that we're going to get into a place that God wants us to understand as an individual, that we can journey in true life getting better and come out from a place of bitter. So tonight, pastorally, parenthetically, I want to be with you for a few moments as we're going to be speaking on expectation for taking action. In life, there is always an expectation. Every one of us have great expectation. Some of us expectation maybe are not so great. Some of us expectation are very much great. Some of us expectation are huge. Some of us expectation are very much small. But still there is an expectation. Some of us, our expectation has not been where it should be because of our experiences. Some of us, we have never really have the momentum to go after our expectation. We never had the drive to go after our expectation or the energy, because from the onset, we have let the wrong people into our circle where our expectation being made known through. So tonight, I want us to really chop it up tonight. We're going to chalk it up tonight. We're going to be talking tonight because I believe in pastorally and parenthetically in being your mentor and being your leader in whatever sphere of leadership I provide to you is to make sure that a job well done is for you to get better and not residing where I left you in a bitter place. I believe we are called to evolve, and evolving have to do with a mindset. I don't want to meet you right where I left you, of the fact of an understanding of where I left you. I may have left you at a complaining juncture. I may have left you at a place that you keep saying that you're underachiever. I don't want to meet you at this same place I met you many years ago. I want to meet you still complaining of the same. I don't want to meet you with the same standard that once was, that is not catapulting or evolving. That makes the job of such a person not impacting. I don't want to only live long, but I want to live effective. I don't only want to have a title, but I want to be effective. And only so by doing is helping you in the simplistic nature from a memorandum of understanding that life is worth for you to get better every day and not being at a place deemed to be bitter. I'm not insensitive to understanding that life have things that will always want you to be at a bitter place. Life always have things that bearing to you that you want to be at a sad place. But as I said, a job well done is to get you at a place that you start to evolve. For example, someone has hurt you in the worst, vilest way. They may have hurt you in the most humane way. But then time has gone, and here you're still at that hurt juncture, while that person has already oftentimes probably forgive themselves, and they have moved on while you're still at this place, not moving where you should have been. Let me bring an example. Probably somebody hurt you, they have dead and gone, and they're in the cemetery, and here you are still broken from that hurt, though as bad it may be. And because of that, you don't have one modicum to understand that, this person is gone. I should pick my pieces up and try to put my socks on and try to put my running shoes on and get to a place of momentum. Probably that person has migrated to a different country, a different city or town. And here you're still waiting for that person to pardon, ask you for a pardon, or the person to come to apologize. But sadly to say, that will never happen because the person may not have any means of transportation, any means of finances, every means of where they can come to reach you back to settle the score. And here you are still bitter waiting for such a score to be settled. My job tonight, parenthetically, my job tonight, oh yes, for you to understand that I want you to begin to have an expectation to move from such a place. I'm not telling you in terms of timings you should move. That is not a job that I should take on tonight because it's an insensitive move for a marking a time and put a demarcation of you getting over the situation and the circumstances. What I want you to understand, and I want to label such, is shock expectation. We all have dealt with shock expectations of our lives. For example, SGGR, yours truly, your orator tonight, who is orating this podcast, your motivational speaker is motivating you tonight, who is bringing this dialogue and is talking to you tonight. I went through many shock expectations. As early as my life, I was very much vocal, outgoing. I want to say I was very I was always in the know, and because of that, I had great expectation for my life from a very tender age. But a time when I should really meet at the peak and the pinnacle of this expectation to be met, it wasn't the condition, meaning finances wasn't favorable for me. Number one, in the institutions of learning, could not have even met to the University of Guyana because of financial constraint, because of being financially embarrassed. I was left out of many seats of the table, of many opportunity wasn't favored to me because we were not there. My family that I was a part of, because I grew with foster parents and they love me to death. They give me everything that they have and the best that they could have at that time. And because of that, it was shock expectation, self-shock expectation, because there are many things I've seen favorable to others, opportunity, seats at many tables, many breakthrough, and I could not have been in the same, even though I have got great expectation for my life, because people always see what you don't see about yourself. And I remember going to the Presbyterian church, and I was always doing some poem or something, and the days when they taught us you don't bow, you give a salute and this kind of stuff. And I remember Sarah Crawford. She's dead and gone with the Lord. She was old at that time. Nevertheless, she always gave me a $5. I think you heard it, I say repetitiously, on this program in various settings, that she always give me $5. And she says, son boy, you're going to be great one day. I was probably 7 years old, but I don't know what she's talking about. But the $5 was a green in color, means a lot to me. Then you have Sarah Crawford, who is died and gone to be the Lord also. And you have the Pastanos at the Presbyterian church. We have a thing we used to call harvest. Back in the days, everyone bring cane, they bring banana and so on, and they sell in the church. And that was a time of fundraising. They gave out envelopes, and they call it the harvest envelope, and people will put money in it and so on. But in the harvest season, the Pastanos will always give me a $5 or a $10 and say, son boy, you're going to be great one day. I'll never forget Sarah Crawford and this standard. That's why I want to put something parenthetically here in this discussion tonight. Do not take kids for granted, even though they may not be at the age that you think that they can understand certain things. I am verbatimly telling you, while I was probably 5 to 7 years old, I am 46 in counting and can recollect at 5 to 7 years old. Do not take your cognitive of your children for granted while they're still young, that they cannot able to understand what is going on in terms of what you're saying of the present, more so the future. I am cognizant very much, as I said, verbatimly, I can go back into recollection mode when I was 5 or 7 years old at Presbyterian Church, which we call Auckland Presbyterian Church. And $5 and $10 was given to me, and they speak into my future. So I had great expectation. But those expectations never met because of my qualification, financial qualification, to be in the institution of Lord and to have a sound qualification. So I can have a great seat at the table. So I can actually get the great respect as others have. My foster parents, none of them had the title. None of them had anything that we didn't have a car under our home. We didn't have a motorcycle under our home. We had one bicycle, and our first bicycle come from a place you call Courts. Courts is a place where you put a down payment, they give you the bicycle, and you pay for the bicycle on terms. I grow as a less fortunate kid, but forced to become an entrepreneur. What am I saying? My father, Van Theophilus Thomas, who was dead and gone to be with the Lord, was the sole breadwinner. He didn't believe that his wife, Corny Denny Thomas, should work. When he get into the operation for surgery, we know truly another level of poverty, another level of less fortunate. And my mom is giving me a scripture. Godliness with contentment is great gain. That doesn't mean anything to me, but she makes sure it become like the song of our home. The song, whatever genre you want to fit it in, that's it. Godliness with contentment is great gain. That was my music. That was my song. Put it in hip-hop, you put it in soul, you put it in reggae, you put it in rhythm and blues, you put it in jazz, whatever you want to fit that genre is. And where we take on buying the kerosene by the gallon, sell it by the pint. Buy the soap powder by the box and sell it by the glass to people. Start to bake and we start to sell. Forced to become an entrepreneur, small business when dilemma struck our home. So this great expectation that I had for my life and many had for me did not meet. And I'm talking to someone tonight because parenthetically and pastorally and chaplain-wise, and I want to be coaching tonight, all in compilation tonight, not braggadociously, but being trained to help in every presentation. I want to meet every spectrum of life, despite of your age and group and category. You may have great expectation for your life, but something in a form of a dilemma has caused you a shock expectation. I'm talking to someone right now. You didn't expect you're sitting where you're sitting right now, deemed in jail or prison. I was doing a study the other day, and it says more people go to jail than go to prison. Most people go to jail than go to prison. You see, jail is the holding cell. Prison is the sentencing cell. But the holding cell is where shock expectation really take place. You didn't expect you would have been booked. You didn't expect you would have been fingerprint. You didn't expect you would have a mugshot. And I want to call that tonight a shock expectation. You didn't expect life would have thrown you that monkey wrench that you have caught in life. So you have shock expectation. And where you are, didn't expect, probably you came from a great family value. Probably you came from a great family structure, a great community. Probably you were surrounded by great powers to be, great morals. But here you are with a shock expectation of life. Probably here you are going through multiple divorces. It's a shock expectation. I'm not showing shades to any side of the gender, but it's a shock expectation. And here you are, didn't expect you would have been at this juncture with divorces. I am a divorcee, by the way, so I'm in a part of this presentation. In case you want to know, I am making it known and frontally that I am a divorcee also. But sometimes it may be a shock expectation. Probably you are displaced, multiple miscarriages, and you cannot able to lay hold upon your child, but seeing your child is slipping before maturity, where it can become a embryo or become a zygote, more so to become a fetus. It's a shock expectation because you may be the first in your family that is going through miscarriages and you didn't expect that that's going to happen. It's a shock expectation. You didn't expect that. Probably didn't expect that all of your life you were surrounded by a lot of persons. And here you are lonely. It's a shock expectation. You didn't expect that one day you would have been lonely or one day you will go through loneliness. Probably most of your life you were deemed with great bill of health. You were deemed to be so healthy. That is a happy place, a happy feat to go to the doctors. And here comes a shock expectation. When now you're diagnosed with something out of the ordinary that takes away your rhythm, that takes away your momentum. I want to call that tonight a shock expectation. Because your expectation was so great, I want to take the world by storm. I want to make sure, like I have a friend who was on this podcast last month by the name of Jaden, and Jaden always until Friday, Jaden says, Seon, by time I am 39, I want to be a millionaire. And he's only 22. And he's going at a fast and aggressive speed to become a millionaire. He's only 22. But by 40, he wants to be a millionaire. Probably someone tonight had great expectation of I want to become financially sustainable. I want to become financially viable. I want to be financially empowered. And something came along that great expectation, as we call shock expectation, and took you off on your course of that trajectory. Shock expectation. You are expecting that you will own your own home at a certain age. You expect you will be married at a certain age. Expect you probably be a CEO. Probably you will be an owner of a Fortune 500 company. Probably you've expected that you will be owning your own clothing line. You'll be owning your own brand. Expect that I will have my own plane. I will own whatever it is expected. But something in life has caused you a shock expectation. Probably you never expected that you would be in a nursing home with all the promises that were made to you, that I will take care of you. I will take care of you. There were hands and feet saying, I will take care of you. But now the voices has reclined and receded. And here is the shock expectation. You are in a nursing home. Probably a great expectation of awesome things that was put before you. But in time, there comes shock expectation. So tonight, I want us to understand the reality of life, the realistical nature of life. Parenthetically, I want you to take a few seconds to understand that tonight it's real, that in some facet you have faced shock expectation. I have faced many, as I gave you from the onset of this podcast tonight, of my shock expectation. And as I continue to evolve, they will also be evolving with shock expectation. I'm about to make a segue, but this point must be made. As you continue to evolve, you will also meet a long life with shock expectation. Many promissory notes may not be fulfilled. Shock expectation will always be a part of life. Life has certain things that have to bear the condensation that will bring out of you what you need to be because of what comes with life. Sometimes we were taught that is always to kill Goliath. But sometimes the Goliath as a shock expectation will reveal you to your place of prominence. So shock expectation will cause you to result to what is needed for you. For example, the shock expectation is that Goliath will meet toe to toe with one of a warlord of his like in that zone of name, accolades, accomplishment, wins under the belt. But there was a moment of a shock expectation that a young man without notoriety, a young man with no powers to bear openly, but concealedly, he take down a lion and a bear. It was shock expectation that Goliath will be facing a lad called David. It was a shock expectation that David would kill a lion and a bear. That David will kill a lion and a bear. And therefore, life has something in what we call a shock expectation that will deems to bring the best out of you. So while there is a shock expectation, parenthetically here tonight, I don't want you to give up at your place of shock expectation. Maybe you are a recipient of what we call child neglect. Parenthetically tonight, child neglect is not where a parent asks for help so they can go to have different demands to meet the needs. We were taught that is child neglect. It's not child neglect. For example, a parent may have to go to do 2 jobs to meet the financial need of the home. Ask an aunt, an uncle, or whoever to help take care of the child. That is not child neglect. Child neglect is simply this: having but didn't give what the child needs. That is what child neglect is. Having the money to pay for that child's tuition, but refuse to pay for that child's tuition, that's child neglect. Having the time to take that child where you have nothing going on at that moment and refuse, that's child neglect. But I'm saying tonight, parenthetically, that you may be a recipient of child neglect, and therefore you went through shock expectation. Because when you equate yourself with your community, you equate yourself with your tribe and your village, and recognize probably in a probability that you're the only one probably went through the same. But tonight I want you to understand, deem it as a sharp expectation. We're about to change lanes now to taking action, which is our theme for 2024. Probably sharp expectation. You are welcome into the wrong atmosphere temperature where you lose your virginity, which calls biblically the flower of your age, where you were probably raped or molested. Shock expectation. You didn't went for that, but that's what you leave with on your hands, being raped or molested. Shock expectation because you expect your flower of your age or your virginity will be experienced on the night we called it the honey of the moon, the bending over enjoyable period. But somebody came along and took it before time. That is deemed to be a shock expectation. Shock expectation. You had a dream home that you want for all of your life. Probably you take your 401k from your job. You take out IRA. You take out all the loans because this is the home you always want to have. And here you buy the home. And therefore, a fire came and engulfed your home. A shock expectation because you expect this dream home will pass on for generations. But I want you to understand the shock expectations of life. Probably you tell yourself, I want to be a traveler. I want to travel the world. And somewhere along the line, you pick up a record that bars you from traveling. It becomes a shock expectation. Probably you want to become a great athlete or a great runner. And here comes something that took you off the track. Shock expectation. Like I have a friend, he's in Africa, went back to Africa, just left Georgia a few months ago. He's a great athlete, making all the records in the world. End up in something that put a spoke in his wheel. With no family, end up in the hospital in Atlanta. No family, no sibling, no anything. Now he said that 2027, he will get back in the game of running. But there are things that we call shock expectation. Parents, you may expect that your children will be there to give you the greatest send-off when your time has expired. That meaning death in America, we said expired. In Guyana, or the Caribbean, we said you were dead. But something that's called shock expectation, where you are burying your son or your daughter. There are things you call shock expectation that you send them off, they're going to build their own home. And there's a shock expectation that now they come back to live with mommy and daddy. This shock expectation of life deems uncontrollable sometimes, beyond you choosing or liking or taking for. So parenthetically tonight, I want you to understand, whether you're rich or you poor, educated or not, there will be shock expectations of every facet of our lives, individual or in the collective. Let me go now pastorally. You may have spiritual expectations, which I left out because I want to pastorally at this juncture for us to have an understanding of great expectation, being ambitious to lay claim to where you want God to take you after being endowed, and something came along that didn't deem favorably, which is a shock expectation. Something that caused you now has lost your momentum even for the assembling with the saints. Something has caused you to lose your commitment for prayer, for intercession, to lay in hold of leadership. We call it shock expectation. Probably you thought if I marry this person, it will enhance where they will be changed by spiritual life. Where you thought you are Jesus, that you can salvation to someone's heart. Salvation is of the Lord. So I want you to understand pastorally in the spiritual aspect that you can have shock expectation. Bring us to the crossroad of our topic tonight, which I will not spend much time too long, because it's our theme for the entire 2024, the taking action moment. After understanding the shock expectation, tonight it's the clarion call. Tonight it become incumbent upon me to ask you, to talk to you, to beg you, beseech you, or more so to tell you that you should not remain at the place of shock expectation. For example, remaining at the place of shock expectation, you become a recipient of hypertension. You become a recipient of meltdown. You become a recipient of stress. You become a recipient of depression. You become a recipient of moving from your personality type. What does that mean? Moving from an extrovert straight to becoming an introvert. Moving to a place into your own isolation. Because you reside and dwell in the shock expectation, where you should start thinking of taking action. Because I want you to understand that you were born to take action. You were born and entrusted into your hands of humanity, into your fingers of responsibility to take action, though what life throws to you. There's the shock expectation from the onset with Adam and Eve. It wasn't a shock expectations to God. For God knows, and he said when it's going to happen. But was a shock expectation to Adam, not knowing that Eve is going to break the regimen. Another night we're going to deal with regimen is important. But not for tonight. There's another podcast by itself. Because I'm going to bring on somebody and we're going to talk about regimen. I know that's going to be. Because regimen is very important. But Adam never understood because he is limited to the future. So he didn't understand that there will be a shock expectation that Eve is going to break that regimen. First, that he will be left alone. She break that regimen of cuddling. She break that regimen of spooning. She break that regimen of being in the coupleness of oneness, laughter, and everything. Secondly, he never know that he will have to go to look for her because they were always together. So that regimen also has been broken. With shock expectation. So Adam wake up to shock expectation. Eve is not, I'm not being spooned, I'm not being cuddled, I'm not being hugged. This place is empty. I'm waking up saying morning to me, myself, and I. Where is my wife? Where is my partner? Where is my best friend? Where is my homie? Where is my road dog? Where's my boy, man? Where's my girl, man? Where's my BFF? I'm here alone. So Adam wake up to reality. Life through a monkey wrench of shock expectation. And it was a quest that Eve wanted to know what is outside of this environment. What is outside of this environs? What is outside of this small 2x4? What is outside of this you I see myself? Bones of my bone, flesh of my flesh. What is outside? So Adam wake up to shock expectation. But not shock expectation for God. Parenthetically, there must always leave room for shock expectation in this life. Many people get caught off guard and off with the element of surprise that someone give them shock expectation because they never leave room for shock expectation. Let me let you understand, every one of us is born in sin and shaped in iniquity. Let me come to everyone level parenthetical here. If you shower, I don't care what cleaning agent you use to clean your jacuzzi, to clean your stand-up shower, to clean your bathtub. I don't care use bubble. I don't care whatever you use. But whatever it's being used for showering, you're going to see the dirt floating in the water. Because you are dirt. Because you can bathe 10, 15 times. Every time you sneeze, you jump into the shower. Oh, I'm so clean. I bathe 15 times. You still will have dirt in the water. It may not be as some people are. But there's still evidence to remind you. When you finish showering, you look back here. I see some little dirt. Because you are dirt. So therefore, I'm establishing the point. Preparing your cognitive. Preparing you, there will be shock expectation from anywhere, from any person, at any time, because we are dirt. And being dirt, we are born in sin, and we are shaped in iniquity. Bring us that we will receive shock expectation at any time from anyone in this life. I'm preparing you parenthetically for shock expectation from your children or your kids, son or daughter, whatever is your vernacular. Expect a shock expectation from husbands or wife. You may say, man, you're bringing bearer of bad news. Let me go to the word. Let out a shock expectation that his wife said, curse God and die. Job had a shock expectation in corrective measures that he didn't hear from his wife and say, curse God and die. Let me come to Lot. Lot had a shock expectation that his wife would not turn back and look into what is back in Sodom. She looking back to what was sodomite. She became a pillar of salt. Noah had a shock expectation that his son will call everybody to come and see his father nakedness or see his father genitalia. or to see his father's sexual organ. Love didn't expect that would happen. And his children didn't expect they would have seen their father drunk. It's a shock expectation. And it's a part of life. I'm preparing you to safeguard your cognitive, that you will not be derailed by man expectation and not in the processing of you. So tonight, there be shock expectation in all facets. The prodigal son gave his father a shock expectation. And the father gave his son a shock expectation. My father would not going to welcome me. My father probably been embarrassed about me. My father probably would turn his back upon me. But my father said, oh, I didn't expect my father going to ring me. I didn't expect my father going to rob me. I didn't expect my father going to throw a party for me. Oh, I knocked the socks off my feet. And the father getting a Gmail, the father getting a FaceTime. Look. Somebody recording your son in a pig pen eating pigs. That can't be my son. So shock expectation is a part of life. My mother had shock expectation because she get multiple calls. Hey, your son is a club rat. Look, he in the club. Look. Look, he just coming out of the hotel there and so on. I didn't raise Seon to be that. And I had a shock expectation from my mother. She said, Seon, I don't care who turned their back on you. I don't care what they say about you. But mom is in your corner. That was shocking for me. Everyone else I had in mind to hear that from, I didn't. And my mother was excluded. But she I heard it from. And those I expect, I didn't. But life brings shock expectation. I want us to understand that in taking action, you have to come to a place of understanding the shock expectation. After understanding the shock expectation, it warrants upon you to take action. Give me a few minutes. We're going to get off at 9:10. It's 9:03. I promise you. But you have to come to the place after shock expectation in terms of taking action. For example, the prodigal son at this place, I can imagine he had a moment of pity party. And a pity party is somebody who is talking to themselves, having his own rhythm and blues, jazz, whatever. You know, he get his own Magni Dread, the old moves and saying, yeah. I can imagine in a pig pen and get his stick or get a spoon, whatever it is, or whatever, and beating his own drum, and then he's saying, you know, man, look how I end up, man. And have you ever been to that place that you talk to yourself that what was and compared to what is? I've been there. I don't know about you. I've been there many times. To what was, to what is. And I'm making the comparison. I'm planning taking action. And I can imagine the prodigal son, parenthetically. I was at the table being served. I'm in a pig pen. I must go back. I'm taking action here. I'm going to open this pig pen door. Whether I walk, whether I run, whether I swim, but I'm going back to my father's house. We all been there probably in life. I remember When I tried to commit suicide and I didn't die, lying on my back, seeing my belt above my head, I start to compare my was to my is. So I can identify with the prodigal son. And we all been there at some time in life. You may not give much thought into it. But if you haven't, where you are tonight, I'm inviting you to give much thought to you what was, to what you what is, so you can take action for what is to come. 4 more minutes to go. Compare your what was. I'm talking to those in domestic violence here. I'm coming to you chaplain wise now. Compare what was before those marks of violence. Before those wounds were inflicted on your pretty face, handsome face, because men also go through domestic violence. To what is right now, you are so marked up, your beauty is gone. You have to take action for what is to become. You are so free. To what is, you are bound now. Give much thought to your reasoning that you need to be free again. So you can be able to take action. Because the whole idea is for you to go on a better crusade for yourself. So when the litany test of life comes, you cannot able to blame anyone than blaming yourself. So tonight, in breaking the cycle of the blame game, the shock expectation, Adam said to God, Eve. Eve said to God, the snake. You understand? You are saying, not me, my mother. Not me, my father. Not me, my brother. Not me, my best friend. You need to come to that juncture. Let me tell you something. My biological father, who I call the world boss, some people feel he does not have that place should be called that, and he should not, whatever. Saw him for the first time of 24, 25 years old, already married, had a child on the way, and see my father for the first time. We are in a room, and he didn't know that is what his son is looking him into the facial content. But because I understand, I was at the place maturely now to understand I have to take action for now and what is to come. You are holding people in the what was that is affecting you what is. That probably will never be a what to come in what should be a great trajectory. Tonight I want you to understand that you should be able to take life as the shock expectation comes along, not dealing favorably of getting out of what we call people syndrome. People syndrome keep you where you are for too long as an underachiever. Because the key for you to achieve may not be the favor on what's before. And because what people may say, so long you are in bondage, you're only free for 2 years, and then 1 minute after 2 years, you're about to die. Where you could have been free from people's syndrome and have 15 years of freedom. You could have been a financial empowered person. But you stay in a place of financial deficit because of people's syndrome. When you recognize where you can be financially free, is all you could have been 30 years being further where you are in generational wealth. Now you're barely sufficing because you're now free. And the time you should acquire generational wealth, your eyes are dim, your hands are feeble. Because people's syndrome has kept you in that place, the crevices of darkness, enamored with people, what they call self-opinionatedness about you, that's not a reality. Parenthetically tonight, I want you to prepare your mindset for taking action in 2024. You will be standing before the great almighty God as an individual outside of people's syndrome. What have you done with my son? The reality of life standing individually also will be faced. So I want you to come out of people's syndrome, taking action individually, moving on from shock expectation so that you can evolve and you can catapult and you can matriculate. The word cannot take effect until you take effect. The word is not operational until you deem the word to be operational in your life. So you cannot say I am existing because you don't want the word, the living, to be operational in your life and you want to live. Some of you have a nice body shape, but you don't want to dress a certain way because they will think you're doing up yourself. God give you that contour line. God give you that curvature. God give you that great body. Forget about people's syndrome. Somebody is waiting for that body to make sure that can emerge into your greatness. So you put on some big clothes and can't even touch your hip because you don't want it. And next thing you find, your Boaz got to pass you by. Because Boaz is not looking for somebody around that age limit, around that age, looking or dressing like that. But you are self-opinionated by people's syndrome. God has blessed you with a great blessing. But because of people's syndrome, you throw the blessing on someone else. And what your blessing should bring people into, you lost it. God blessed me with a plane, but I want to show up with a Uber. Because they're going to say if I get a plane, nobody is going to support me. It's just one person I need, and I go with that plane. That person take me to a higher dimension. And they're looking for somebody who can come up with a bicycle. They ain't looking for a bicycle person. But I hold on to a bicycle while the plane is in my backyard because of people's syndrome. Parenthetically, I want you to understand, 2024, it's a year of taking action. And in concluding, I want you to understand the time for you to live your best life is now. The time for you to enjoy life is here. You need to get away from people's syndrome. All times they come to say, I have your best interest. No, they don't. Because they have your best interest to talk you out of your dream. Oh, I have your best interest. Don't go to school. Don't get a doctorate. Don't go back to school. What you need education, too much education for? This world will come to an end. Don't go and open that business. Nobody had a business on the block. And I tell Robert's going to be there. And they tell you I have your best interest. It's people syndrome. Take action. Very important. Or very important. Job said, he spoke as one of the most foolish women I ever heard. He took action of his cognitive. Lot set his face like flint and just keep walking. He ain't looking back for her because she looking back to sodomy. He take action. The prodigal son, he ain't look back at the pig pen He didn't look back if he left a sneakers or flip-flops behind. He just keep looking. How much more stuff I gotta make to meet the daddy? Oh, the prodigal son fired up. He didn't think about people's syndrome. Oh, look, my son went on the club. My son probably probably coming with an STD right now. Probably he come back with a break ribs. Probably come back. Probably the police may come knock at. I want to record. He didn't think about none of that. What the people think. My son is coming. Taking action is very much important. You are not for everyone. You are not for everyone. And everyone is not for you. But everyone is called to take action. I love you, but Christ loves you best. From the heartbeat of FGGR, from the heartbeat of SGGR, Seon Gregory goes Rodney. From the pulse, from the desk of the conversation, I want you to understand taking action. A quick testimony, the young lady that we talked about last week, the 13 years old, she has been found. She returned back home. She was at a friend's house, she claimed, and the reason why she left her cell phone home because she just wanted to be unbothered. So I just want to bring that to you. All right, with that being said, have a great and productive night. Compete with no one else, and competing with yourself. Just simply be the best you.